Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mario, aka Nomad Bio, and without any hesitation, let's just jump straight into it. So today I'm going to be discussing tunnel vision versus flow and how you can make tweaks in your day-to-day life to improve your efficiency, your preparedness, and your overall happiness. Let's get into it. Have you ever been in a new situation that has caused you so much stress where you became anxious and it felt like an eternity under? If you're like the rest of us, you've at least experienced a situation like this once in your life, where you just felt like you weren't prepared and you can only focus on the task at hand. That, my friends, is tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is when you're in a new situation that causes so much stress where you feel like the only thing you can focus on is the task at hand. For example, think about the first time that you drove a car. What happened? You were probably stressed, anxious, you felt overwhelmed, and you could only focus on the road right in front of you. You couldn't really look over your shoulder to check your lane. You just felt very rigid, and it didn't help to have your mom or your dad on the passenger seat screaming at you. Well, at that moment, you were most likely experiencing tunnel vision. As you already may have guessed, tunnel vision has negative consequences. I already mentioned that you become really stressed, but you also lose situational awareness, right? Think about it. You couldn't look over your shoulder, as I mentioned. You just become rigid. Your senses also lower. Think about when your parents were screaming at you. Could you really hear what they were saying? You were probably trying to calculate every movement in front of you. And then also time slows down. Just think about how long it took you to get around the corner, right? You were probably driving the car so slow, you just didn't want to make any mistakes. You probably felt really uncomfortable. It gets worse. Tunnel vision can happen anywhere, in any situation. Just think about it. It could happen during public speaking. It could happen your first day at your job, first day of school. Think about the first time that you asked out your crush. You were probably so nervous and you started stuttering and you couldn't really get the words out, right? You were in a new situation and you felt uncomfortable. There are countless other examples, and tunnel vision ruins all of them. So now that you know what tunnel vision is and how it negatively affects you, I'm gonna give you 2 tips on how you can overcome tunnel vision and hopefully convert that into flow. All right, so my first tip is going to be practice. Now I know that sounds easy, and it really is. All it takes is practice. Think about the first time that you drove a car. Do you still feel that way now? The answer is probably no. You probably have practiced so much where driving is second nature now to you. You can probably even multitask when you drive now. Not only can you look over your shoulder, you could probably change the AC, look inside your glove box. You could probably even have a cup of coffee on the way to work. And all it took was practice. If you've read the book from Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, then you know what the 7th habit is. The 7th habit is sharpening your saw, aka practice. So when you learn something, you can't just leave it at that. You gotta practice a little bit to take it to that next level. I'll give you an example. Back when I was a freshman in high school, I really wanted to join the basketball team. I really love basketball. And I tried out, and guess what? I didn't make it. I didn't make it because I didn't know how to use my left hand. I didn't know how to dribble. I didn't know how to shoot. And when I played with everyone, I felt tunnel vision. I can remember like it was yesterday. I felt like everybody was watching me, and I stiffened up and I couldn't really get a nice flow going. Now, the military does a really great job at attempting to get rid of tunnel vision. Soldiers will practice throughout many years just for that one moment when they experience combat. And when they finally do, the hope is that throughout all of the years of them practicing, they'll be able to react. Their reaction will be second nature, and they won't experience tunnel vision. Practice will help reduce tunnel vision. It'll give you more experience where you feel comfortable and more in control of the situation at hand. The second tip that I'm going to give you is being aware of your future vulnerabilities. Now, we all know that new situations are going to happen, so you have to proactively look into the future and see what situations you're going to be under and how you can prepare for them. Prepare for those future vulnerabilities. For example, if you're in the middle of changing careers, then you know you're going to have to interview a couple of times. So you can proactively practice interviews. Or if you know that you're going to be giving a seminar in the future at your company, you can practice public speaking beforehand so that when that day comes, you'll feel more in control of the situation and you'll have a lot more experience and hopefully reduce your chances of having or experiencing tunnel vision. We've talked about tunnel vision, what it is, how it negatively affects you, and my 2 tips on how to overcome tunnel vision, which is practice and being self-aware of your future vulnerabilities. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is flow. Flow is actually when you're deeply concentrated in a task that you enjoy doing. Don't get it confused with tunnel vision, because in tunnel vision, you're concentrated in a task that's causing you a lot of stress. It's not enjoyable and you're very inexperienced at the task that you're doing. In contrast, under flow, you're very experienced. You're actually even a professional. During flow, your tasks are second nature. You enjoy the moment, your efficiency increases, and time, instead of slowing down like in tunnel vision, you lose track of time under flow. You almost enter a meditative state, right? You're enjoying the task so much that you don't really have to think about it. For example, basketball for me. Remember when I said that basketball originally caused tunnel vision for me because I was inexperienced and I didn't know how to play? Well, throughout many years of practice, I've actually become good at the sport. I can now quickly react to my surroundings. I'm completely concentrated. I feel that I have complete control over what I am doing. I lose track of time, and when this happens, I'm experiencing flow. It's funny because basketball originally gave me tunnel vision and caused so much stress for me. However, by being aware of my vulnerabilities in the sport and many years of dedication and practice, I have converted a prior weakness, tunnel vision, into flow that now gives me much pleasure and happiness in my life. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you found value in the message that I put out. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below if you've ever experienced tunnel vision. Let me know your experiences with it and what you did to overcome them. And also let me know if you've ever experienced flow. And with that, my name is Mario, aka Nomad Bio. All the best and more. And until next time,